Hi and welcome to our channel Rich, Retired, and Reckless. Many of the average people are falling behind as the estimated population of the wealthy individuals rises gradually. If you fall into this category, you are probably not doing something correctly. However, I'll hopefully rectify that today. By the time this movie is over, you will be aware of all the most effective wealth-building channels. So pay attention. Number first, educate yourself. You must start with our thinking if we ever wish to improve our financial situation. Learning the fundamentals of money will help you start changing your perspective. It's absurd that some people have jobs yet still don't understand some fundamental ideas, like how to file taxes, while others opt to disregard this or believe they can simply hire someone to do it for them. This is the incorrect strategy. It's a good idea to educate yourself for, at the absolute least, learn how to file your own taxes. Learn the definitions of fundamental words like income, expenses, net worth, return on investment, passive income, financial independence, etc. Additionally, read any book about finance that you can find. If reading is not your thing, try listening to podcasts or other financial awareness content. It's important to keep learning new things. You should use caution throughout the process because the internet offers a wealth of knowledge, some of which is accurate and some of which is false. Examining all the successful investors is a smart move if you want to learn the best knowledge. Keep an eye on their blogs and social media accounts since they should have some really insightful information to share with you. Get a steady source of money initially. If you don't come from a wealthy family and you want to become wealthy one day, you better have a plan, pal. The fact is that you can't simply decide to start accumulating riches when you get up. You'll need a game plan first, which should take into account your intended source of revenue, whether it be a normal work or a side hustle. When you have amassed sufficient savings, you should then begin looking at ways to turn your savings into something meaningful. This could entail buying stocks, opening a business, or obtaining training and certification in a high-paying skill. Whichever option you select, be sure that you are mentally prepared for it possibly failing and requiring a fresh start. However, before I move on to the next topic, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you're a new visitor. Set a budget and follow it. Whatever individuals believe that having a budget is disliked for some reason, that setting a spending limit and using a budget are being too demanding of yourself. They overlook the fact that budgeting offers many advantages, though. You'll first learn self-control and refrain from overspending on items that aren't essential. You can definitely use this to increase your savings and, ultimately, your riches. I apply the 50-30-20 rule, which is straightforward but highly effective. I spend 50% of my income on necessities like rent, food, and medical care. 20% goes to savings, while 30% is allocated to my necessities, such as entertainment or shopping. Your money will increase slowly each month if you organize your income in this manner. In truth, it will appear to be fairly simple. The basic goal of budgeting is to minimize spending and increase savings. It is similar to exchanging one thing for another, with the exception that saving is significantly more advantageous than spending. You may get my guide, which covers all of this and more, for free by clicking the link in the description if you're interested in learning more. Establish a reserve money. Imagine you own a Toyota Corolla from the early 2000s that has been reliable for many years. However, it is growing older and beginning to experience a few issues. You rely heavily on this one vehicle for transportation to and from work. You wouldn't know where the money would come from to replace it if something horrible were to happen to it. However, the worst does occur one day and your car breaks down. The cost of the repairs is substantial, and you have no idea where the money will come from. Your only options are to sell an investment to pay for the repair or take out a loan with a high interest rate. These are not the best options in the world, So I assume you're grimacing right now. You must establish an emergency fund if you wish to avoid making such difficult choices. Life may be incredibly erratic. For instance, in the car example I just gave, what would happen if you had no insurance and your car broke down in the middle of nowhere? The emergency fund would have come to the rescue in this situation. Simply said, you should save money in case an emergency arises that necessitates immediate funding. Despite the fact that some shrewd investors have already taken that action and established an emergency fund, they occasionally forget that a solid emergency fund should be able to cover 6 to 12 months' worth of living expenditures. During the recent epidemic, when many people lost their jobs and had no other source of income, the need for such a fund became abundantly evident to many people. Once you've begun to save your emergency money, you may simply place it in your savings account, where it will be simpler to get to in case of necessity. Investing cash. It's safe for you to start investing now that you have an emergency reserve so that your money may start increasing. You have a number of possibilities for where to invest your money, but you must first do your research since you don't want to put money into something you won't be able to manage. By purchasing equities on the stock exchange, you can get started investing in stocks. If you didn't already know, owning stock is practically the same as owning a portion of the business. You will benefit from even the smallest increase in share price as well as dividend payments. Despite occasionally being riskier than bonds, their risks differ depending on the firm. Bonds are an alternative if stocks make you uncomfortable. These function like informal debt acknowledgement documents, or IOUs, from businesses or the government. Technically, if you purchase bonds, the issuer always promises to return your money after a specified time period with a profit on top. To avoid any unpleasant shocks, you should thoroughly investigate the bonds you intend to purchase and familiarize yourself with the designated bond rating organizations. As an alternative, you might choose mutual funds. Simply put, this implies you purchase a pool of securities. Typically, it consists of stocks, bonds, or a combination of the two. Mutual funds include some risk, but they can offer excellent long-term returns. As a novice investor, you must understand that all three strategies are effective yet still dangerous. Just the correct amount of investment time is needed. Automate the way you handle money. Most of us are aware of the stress that managing money can cause. It occasionally seems like there is too much to handle, from the bills and debts to the savings and investments. We occasionally have a tendency to spend money we shouldn't or fail to pay some payments because we are too busy. You're in luck because there are a few automated ways to accomplish this. Many financial advisors will encourage you to set up a preset deduction from your paycheck each month to pay for your obligations, savings, and investments. If you enable this function, no payday will pass without your equal distribution of it. As you continue to do this, you will grow accustomed to it, and ultimately you won't even realize how much money you have been saving from your salary. Don't you think it's quite brilliant? It is the epitome of working smart, not hard. Boost your retirement fund holdings. Saving money consistently is a fantastic method to build wealth into fortune. Most people who save money for retirement can usually see this coming in a flash. The 400 and ONIC plan or the IRA are two highly popular methods to do this. The 400 and ONIC account is one that the employer provides to help the employee save money from their salary for retirement. The majority of the time, the funds are wisely invested in bonds, mutual funds, equities, guaranteed investment contracts, target date funds, or equity in your firm. With this strategy in place, you can set aside a portion of your pay as an investment that will then be added to your retirement account. The nicest part of the 400 and ONIC plan is that you may decide whether you want to be taxed from the start or after you withdraw when you retire. The other is a Roth IRA, a retirement plan that offers tax advantages and lets you make contributions while paying less in taxes. You should choose a Roth IRA since you won't have to pay taxes on the money when you withdraw it in retirement. The sole prerequisite is that you must be 59 years or older. Also keep in mind that there is usually a fee associated with withdrawing retirement funds prior to retirement age. Be sure to diversify. Never put all your eggs in one basket, according to the saying. You see, there is much more to this seemingly straightforward aphorism. Simply said, it means from a business standpoint that you shouldn't put all of your money in one location. I am aware that some people might advise you to put all of your money in one investment, but these individuals haven't given your financial stability much attention. It is not surprising that some companies fail or that the market declines significantly, but it will be shocking if this occurs and you have invested all of your money in the failing endeavor. The greatest method to stay secure is to diversify your investments so that, in the event of a loss, you'll still have money to cover expenses. Consider ideas for passive income. You need to consider how you'll increase your money further if you're serious about doing so. It's acceptable if you have a well-paying job, but if you're being honest with yourself, you should consider whether that is all you really need. Do this because I already know the answer to that. Find a profession that won't take your complete concentration and will still allow you to earn some money while you sleep. Currently, there are several possibilities available, like dropshipping, marketing, selling digital goods, and blogging. Investing in real estate is the finest and most effective strategy to generate a passive income. Even while they may seem like a simple way to make money, passive income occupations can involve a lot of work and capital, especially in the beginning. You'll be in a better position than the majority of people who rely solely on their full-time employment if you can figure out a means to generate some passive money. Use the robot advisor. It can occasionally be difficult to manage a firm, especially if you don't have all the expertise. Fortunately, there are now experts for that, so nobody should struggle with their bond ETFs or IRAs for the good of everyone. Through online surveys, the robo-advisor merely collects data about their clients and executes the appropriate investments on their behalf. They frequently choose the right investments, despite the fact that many people don't believe these guys. Once you have mastered all of these, you may go on to thinking about the methods wealthy people use to increase their money. It doesn't matter whether you have a pleasant job that pays well. Aim higher. This video, which discusses ways to double your money, may interest you if you found the last one to be fascinating. With that being said, I want to thank everyone for watching. If you thought this video was helpful, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel to get more advice on how to manage your money. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more great content on personal finance, investing, and achieving financial freedom. Until next time, stay rich, retired, and reckless.